everyone. My name is Marilyn Willis, and I have the privilege and honor of chairing the Pastoral Care Committee. One of the things that happened to me when I became involved in church committees was discovering the hundreds of jobs that are carried out behind the scenes here at Central. Everything from cleaning toilets, to counting money, to shaking hands and running huge events. The Pastoral Care Committee thought that we'd like to take this opportunity to thank the many, many people who do all these jobs for us. I'm going to ask periodically for people who are part of the groups that I'm mentioning to stand up. Please don't applaud. You can extend a personal thank you to any of these folks during our coffee time as you enjoy the cheese and crackers and chocolate treats that the Pastoral Care has made. And a special thank you to Mary Jean for the beautiful decor that's up there. Oh, and I'm supposed to remind everybody to look up when you go out because everybody's missing the big heart. So let's start with council. This group meets every month to ensure that policy, procedures, and budgets are developed and working. All that great fun stuff. It's an important time for committees to communicate their plans. Council is not only made up of church committees, but other groups, such as the Board of Trustees. This group ensures policies and investments are up to date. Another important part of council that manages that difficult job is the nominating committee. Their challenge to recruit the many volunteers that we are thanking today. We can't forget the Finance and Stewardship Committee. They monitor the budget on a monthly basis and help council to develop a new one. They ensure that we have people every week to count the contributions and make bank deposits. So can I ask anyone involved in any of those groups at council to stand up? That might be. Anybody who's on council? Yeah, we're all on council, I guess, aren't we? Okay, let's just do finance and Board of Trustees and the nominating committee. If you're on those, can you stand? Thank you. This is our problem. The next things we want to focus on is the Sunday service. First, we have 2 worship committees who make sure that each service has all the background people and props to help things run smoothly. Everything from the ministers to the greeters, the bell ringers, and the offering stewards. Then, they make sure there's someone to fold the bulletins, decorate for the seasons, light the candles, and lead us in the prayers of the people, and organize communion. 2 folks who have extra duties in this regard are Linda Mathers and Diana Player. We also have an amazing technical team that makes sure that the sound system, the microphones, slides, and video recordings are running smoothly each week.
Is this thing on? That's what we always say when we're standing up here or using a mic. Thanks to the technical team. I see we have a new trainee today. That's wonderful. Thank you.
I forgot to ask the worship people to stand up. Anybody on the worship committee, can you stand up? Great. And the technical team, I think we... Super, thank you. Another group is the communication team that keeps our website up to date and publishes newsletters throughout the year. Anyone here from the communication team? We just recruited a new member. amazing music program, which wouldn't exist without our diligent, talented choir director. We appreciate the many junior and senior choir members who spend so much of their time developing songs and music to lift our spirits and strengthen our spiritual beliefs. Our music director also organizes amazing performances and events, such as the 12 Hours of Christmas and the Sunday afternoon performances. These add life and uplifting music opportunities to all of us throughout the year.
Is your microphone in yet?
Can I see it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Carol and Mike Mulder.
Okay.
Just didn't know for sure, but apparently yes.
The Messiah Misfits band warms up the sanctuary every Sunday at the celebration service with foot-tapping rhythms. They offer another option to the congregation to sing and clap out joy and faith. After the service, we have hospitality teams who make sure that there's coffee, tea, and juice for folks to enjoy while they visit with one another. One special member of this team is Tom Laudebeck, who keeps the server full of all the supplies required for coffee or special events. Can any one of those folks stand up? Anybody on the hospitality teams?
Good. Team 2 is in charge today. Make sure you have coffee or tea afterwards and some of those goodies. How many had a coffee already? Wonderful. Thank you.
Then we have the many groups who support the work of the church beyond the Sunday services. Our staff team is supported by Ministry and Personnel Committee. This group deals with any staffing issues, questions, or concerns. They work hard to make sure the staff feel valued and supported as they carry out their duties. Anyone on M&P here today? Ellen? Don? Members of the congregation are hopefully supported by the Pastoral Care Committee. If you're not, you better let me know. This group organizes visits and calls for shut-ins or folks needing special support. They also support Central's prayer chain. The prayer chain is made up of people who agree to pray for those with identified needs or crises. This committee also organizes various events throughout the year to help young and old congregation members make connections, develop friendships, such as our movie night and our famous soup lunch.
It's coming.
And the Pastoral Care Committee is just about all standing. Anybody in the Pastoral Care Committee who's up there stand up, who's not already standing? Great, thank you. The spiritual leadership of the children in the congregation is managed by the Christian Education Committee and nursery volunteers. Here, we need to also thank the many Sunday school teachers who plan and carry out the weekly lessons for our little ones. The CE committee manages the recruitment and training of the teachers, as well as organizing the spring family picnic. And I suspect they're all downstairs. Is there anyone who's not? Oh, Carl, there you go. Great, thank you. Members of the community and beyond are supported by Mission and Outreach. This group organizes and runs several fundraisers, such as the Rummage Sale Boutique and garage sales throughout the year to support various groups. Their support is given to the Mission and Outreach Fund of the United Church of Canada, local food bank, and In Out in the Cold. They also organize and offer the monthly Minute for Mission. This helps us understand how and where our financial support for mission and outreach is used across Canada and the world. Anyone in the Mission and Outreach Committee here today? Super. And their next rummage sale, May the 3rd, 4th. May's going to be easy. Then there are the many event-focused groups. There's a walking group, a euchre group, a Bible study group, and a crafters group, all organized by someone. Our very large event group is the Bazaar Committee. So many people help create and run the best bazaar in southwestern Ontario. The basket ladies that make over 100 beautiful baskets each year, and many others who bake, knit, crochet, and create the products we sell at the bazaar. Anybody on the Bazaar Committee here today? No? Oh, but nobody's standing. We have a wonderful group of women who have been meeting every month for the past 65 years. They support one another through good times and bad, developing lasting friendships as they provide laughter and food at each meeting. This is, of course, the Wohelo group. Several community groups have been financially assisted by this group during the year, such as Second Stage Housing. And we have one of the original members here today, Lois Medlin, who joined when she was 3.
John had to get the sign down for us yesterday. It's usually up in the fellowship hall for everybody to see, and last June we celebrated 65 years. And Lois is one of our original members, so she's here today.
Another food-based group is the Breakfast Bunch, providing monthly breakfast and guest speakers. Marge wants to make sure I mention that everyone is welcome, but you need to sign up to attend. They financially support several organizations such as Pierce Williams Summer Camp and Violence Against Women Services in St. Thomas. Anyone a member of the Breakfast Bunch here? Maybe you can just wave, is that better? We also have another program we should be very proud of that is supported by many in the church. That's the In Out of the Cold. Many church members volunteer to make sure this needed program has funding to operate and people to support the daily routines. There are 2 groups that we feel need some extra special mention. First is a small group of men and women who make sure that the church is clean and maintained on a daily basis. Washing toilets, vacuuming floors, fixing boilers, painting walls, putting up tables, the list goes on and on. This group, of course, is the property committee and various volunteers who help them. Can they wave or stand up? I saw Bruce using that already and before the service started. So I tell you, they're just constant, these guys. The second group for extra special thanks is our staff. Our treasurer, Jim Nace, our secretary, Kathy Rive, our music director, Lori Ladd, and our ministers, John Brown and Troy Van Winkle. These people provide program leadership and spiritual support to all of us. As you can see, there are hundreds of jobs and dozens of people that make this a special caring place for people, for all of us, to find spiritual direction, friendship, and support. We thank you all. You make a difference to so many of us.